48 kills, Tarek GG, it's What the Moose here, and today I want to talk about AP Nidalee, and it's something that people after the rework have said isn't really that viable anymore, and she's better played as Bruiser. Haven't played her so much in solo queue, but times when I do pick her, my team's like, lol, why are you playing AP Nidalee, etc, etc. But I'm here to tell you that she's just as viable as she was before. When you're sieging and you're looking to pick up blue buff and just throw spears, someone will get hit by a spear eventually and they'll get forced to B. You can still two-shot people with spears, and you don't really need the assassinate aspect of the Pounce after the spear. It's just a matter of time. Equally, when you're defending a tower, it's really good at defending. Just hit one spear and it turns this tide of a push into perhaps an engage in a team fight. It's really good at defending objectives and pushing for objectives such as Nash and Drake. And as you can clearly see, the damage is still incredibly high. Maybe the hitbox is slightly smaller, but it doesn't affect you too much. Like I said, someone will get hit eventually. And the only real difference in my opinion is now in lane you're a lot more lethal because you can follow up your spears with the assassinate aspect with the Pounce QE. And yeah, it's really good. You can obviously now get resets on Pounce when you kill minions, which is again really strong for escaping. And I overall think it's a buffed AP Nidalee, and I'm not quite sure why so many people shun the idea of playing her AP. Obviously, a kit is really well suited to playing Bruiser too, and I'm not trying to say AP Nidalee is any worse or any better than Bruiser Nidalee. I'm just saying that AP Nidalee fits my playstyle a lot more, and I'm not really too sure why we're not seeing her in the competitive scene, because I honestly don't think there's that much difference from before. And this actually brings me on to my next point, and I'm sure it's going to be fairly unpopular with you guys, but I honestly don't read the patch notes. I never really have cared for reading the patch notes, and it's not because I don't care about the game, it's not because I don't want to get better. I definitely do want to get better at the game. I definitely want to be in the loop kind of, but in my opinion the patch notes are filled with so much information, and honestly when I'm looking at it, like Lucian's range reduced to 500 from 550, this has gone down from 3 armor per level to 2 armor per level. It's so easy to misinterpret this information, and honestly I've no idea what 100 attack range is or 400 attack range is. I know Caitlyn's got a long attack range, I know Grey's got a fairly small attack range, but I honestly don't really care so much for the patch notes. I find drips and drabs of information from what my friends tell me. Oh, have you seen this champion? She's really strong now. But there's never been a point where I thought, oh right, like patch 4.17's out, let's quickly check the notes. And like I said, that's going to be fairly unpopular with you guys, but it's just the way that I've played the game ever since I've started. Now, back when I first began LoL, there was no streamers, there was no guides, so literally everything was you try it, see how it works, and you learn from it. That's why I play with a locked camera, and that's why I still play with a locked camera now. On Nidalee, on Xerath, all these champions, I still play with a locked camera. And you might be thinking, what the hell, how can you do this? Does it affect you? Maybe it does, but I've adapted, and the fact that I've limited myself in that way, not by choice, just by the fact that I've played so many games in that way, maybe it's enhanced my other senses such as map awareness, vision, all this kind of stuff. But like I said, because there are no streamers, because there are no guides, I've always, kind of tried to figure out things myself, and that's the way I read the patch notes now. I read the patch notes by playing the game. I'll go into game and I'll lane against Nidalee after the rework and I'll think, what the hell is going on? She just hit me with a spear, pounced across half the lane and one-shot me. But after that happens, I learn from it and it won't happen again. I think, alright, if she hits me with a spear, I've got to back off. I'll read the abilities in the death recap, and I learn by playing the game. If you read the patch notes, you make subconscious decisions about whether a champion's weaker or whether a champion's stronger, and that affects how you play the game. And you might be right or you might be wrong, which is not necessarily a good thing to be doing. You might see, oh, Lucian's got this buff, or Lucian's got a slight attack range bonus, they've increase the bonus AD on his Q, something like that, and you'll be laning against him and you play passive because you've subconsciously perceived that that's a buff, and it affects your playstyle, and I hate things that affect your playstyle. I honestly really love the trial and error aspect of this game, and I think it's something that you should apply in all aspects of your life. You know, I'm very much of the philosophy of if you don't try something, you'll never know. And literally all knowledge in life, in some way, shape or form, has come from trial and error, with some variables controlled, applying some principles and stuff, but it does come from trying something, seeing if it works, improving it, going back, testing again. Everything in life comes from trial and error, and promoting a stale meta, promoting a stale state of gameplay where people read the patch notes, get brainwashed, think, oh, this has happened, I've got to play this champion, I can't play this champion, is completely the wrong way to be looking at things. Now, I'm not here to tell you guys that you can't read the patch notes or that you have to play with lots of camera, because that will be completely stupid. That's on me, that's my decision that I've made for myself. It works for me, but you know, it clearly won't work for everyone else. On the odd occasion that I have looked at the patch notes, I have absolutely no clue what I'm reading, and unfortunately, clearly the half the community doesn't know what they're reading as well, with all these Reddit posts, oh no, Kale's nerfed really weak now, Lucian's nerfed really weak now, and they turn out to be, you know, huge buffs. You've seen some of these videos of people, you know, trolling at the comments on Reddit and then showing how overpowered the champion actually is. So I'm telling you to be adaptable in your approach to games and just play the game. You know, you learn the game by playing the game. You don't learn the game by reading what the game is about. You don't learn the game by getting a massive book from the library and saying, this is what you do now, this is what you do then, you know. Learn by playing, and that's so important, and something that once you hit level 30, once you start playing ranked, you kind of lose. So kind of getting back on track with the video and the AP Nidalee, she's actually the first champion, maybe other than Viktor, that's tempted me to not play Quinn throughout this whole season. And for you guys that know me, that's absolutely massive. You know, I play so much Quinn, I love that champion, I think she's incredibly strong, but in the current state of the game, with all these late game hyperscaling carries, having an AP Nidalee is probably one of the best picks you can get. Assassins aren't always great when it gets into the really late stages of the game, because sometimes there's too much peel, maybe too many exhausts, and the enemy AD carry will be able to wreck your entire team before you can do your job. Obviously AP Nidalee does have the assassinate aspect as well, but the AP aspect of the poke, when you're defending, when you're sieging, when you're stalling out the games, is perfect to put these hyper carry comps on the back foot and not let them get to the stage where they can all out engage you, protect their AD and just tear through you. You know, I love two-shotting people on AP Nidalee, who doesn't? Who doesn't love proving people wrong that tell you can only play Nidalee as a bruiser at the minute? League of Legends is a game that always changes, and if you rely on reading things or you rely on what people tell you to find out what's good and what's not, you'll never be at the top tier of gameplay. Like I said before, if you want to be at the top, learn the game by playing, read the patch notes by playing, and make your own decisions. If the only thing you take from this video is that AP Nidalee is really strong, that's fine, but I really want to promote the try and error aspect, and hopefully you guys will apply that all throughout your lives. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully you understand where I'm coming from, where I say that I don't read the patch notes and why I don't read the patch notes. And obviously I'm not encouraging you to not read them, but yeah, like I said, I hope you understood the video, I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments sections. Remember to like, favourite, tell your friends, and please subscribe if you like what I'm doing to see more similar content. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.